Hi there, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at Lesson 1.2, Part 3, Solving Multi-Step Equations with the Distributive Property. Today's notes will have 8 things in it, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing again, we're just going to review how to solve multi-step equations. To solve a multi-step equation, you're simplifying each side of the equation if necessary, and then you're going to use the inverse operations to isolate the variable. With the distributive property, there are a few different ways to solve for the variable, and I'm going to show you kind of those throughout. First, I'm just going to show you the traditional method of the distributive property. So once again, if you wanted to review this, you can, or you can just say see previous notes for number 1. For number 2, this is what we're going to try. So we're going to try to distribute and then isolate the variable. If you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and try this, but if not, you can just watch me as I go. So for number 2, we're going to distribute first. So we're going to distribute the 2 to everything inside the parentheses. So that just means 2 times 1, which is 2, and 2 times negative x, which is negative 2x. I'm going to bring down everything else, plus 3 is equal to negative 8, and then I can get started. So we're essentially just adding on one step from yesterday's lesson. Now I can combine some like terms. I have 2 and 3 that I can combine. So that'll be 5 minus 2x is equal to negative 8. And then I can go ahead and subtract 5 from both sides. So I'm going to have negative 2x is equal to negative 13, and then I can divide both sides by negative 2. We are going to get a fraction here, and that's okay. 2 can go into 13 6 times with 1 left over, so my answer would be 6.5. Okay? So if you want to take the time now to pause right here and just show how we tried the distributive property, that would be good. Once you're done, click play so you can try number 3. All right, so here's 3 and 4. So what we're going to do is, again, try these with the distributive property. Let's go ahead and pause right here and then click play once you're ready to check both answers. So for number 3, we're going to distribute the 3 to the x and the 1. So that means we'll get 3x plus 3, and then plus 6 is equal to negative 9. I'm going to combine these two like terms right here, the 3 and the 6. So that's going to give me 9. Still, and having that plus and 3x is equal to negative 9. And then I can go ahead and start my two-step. Minus 9 from both sides, or subtract 9 from both sides. So I'm going to get 3x is equal to negative 18, and then divide both sides by 3, x is equal to negative 6. Okay? Over here, I've got a 4 being distributed, so nothing here at first is going to change. The 15 is equal to 5 still remains the same, but the 4 times 2d, that's going to give me 8d, and 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. I'm going to combine my like terms real quick. The 5 and negative 12 make negative 7, so negative 7 plus 8d is equal to 15, and then I'm going to add 7 to both sides. I'm going to get 22 is equal to 8d, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 8 to get d isolated. So 8 will go into 22 2 times with 6 left over, so 2 and 6/8, but we can reduce that to 2 and 3/4. Okay? Here are your next two. Let's again go ahead and try these. Still with the distributive property. Be careful with number 5 because you're distributing a negative 2. Let's go ahead and pause here so you can try it by yourself, and once you're done, click play to check your work. All right, so for number 5, we're going to distribute the negative 2. So we'll have negative 2y, and then I'm doing negative 2 times negative 4, which is a positive 8. So hopefully you caught that. Okay. Now I can combine like terms. Negative 2y and 3y just gives me 1y, or y. So a lot of my work is already done for number 5. And then I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides, so that y is equal to 5. Okay? For number 6, we're distributing 2x to the 5 and negative 3. So 2x times 5 is 10x. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. Still have a minus 3x is equal to 5. 10x minus 6x minus 3x is going to be 1x, or just x. So x is equal to 5. All right. Your last two, again distributing. The question for number 8 has two distributing things that you're going to have to work through, so just make sure you take your time with 8. Again, let's pause here, try 7 and 8, and once you're done, click play so you can check your work. So for number 7, we're distributing a negative 4. So negative 4 times 2m is negative 8m. Negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. Minus 3m equals 35. Negative 8m and negative 3m are going to give me negative 11m. So minus 20 equals 35. And then I'm going to add 20 to both sides. Go ahead and draw my line here. So negative 11m is equal to 35 plus 20, which is 55. Perfect. And then divide both sides by negative 11. M is equal to negative 5. For number 8, we're double distributing. We're distributing the 5 to the 3 and the negative x first. So that's 15 minus 5x. And then here we're distributing a positive 2 to a 3 and negative x. So that's 6 and negative 2x is equal to 14. I'm going to put a plus in front of the 6 because it was positive. I'm going to go ahead and combine the x's. Negative 5x and negative 2x is negative 7x. And I'm going to go ahead and combine the 15 and the 6. That's going to give me a positive 21. That's equal to 14. I'm going to subtract, scoot down a little bit, subtract 21 from both sides. 14 take away 21, going to give me negative 7. And so I have negative 7x is equal to negative 7. I'm just going to divide both sides by negative 7. So that way x will be equal to 1. Okay? That is going to conclude our notes for today. So you should have 8 things total written in your notes. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.